have heard someone saying that if you want to climb a hiking package, you should shift job at least after every 3 to 4 years. So is that true? Do you think this philosophy should be there or sticking for a long time?
I would say,
What was your salary when you joined, and after 2 years when?
so when I joined initially training period, then I started with 750 rupees per month. That was
750
our
rupees per month.
stipend.
For example, you are living on rent. So at the end, maximum 4% yield to the owner. But here, if for example your investment is getting doubled in 6 years also, you're earning 12% on your investment.
Correct.
तो यहाँ पे आप 4% भर रहे हो, but यहाँ पे आपको 12% आ रहा है. So
Correct.
even that is a wise decision. If you combine all together, what would be the total worth of your portfolio right now?
So easily you can say about 4.5 crores for sure.
What is the definition of financial freedom as per you? What was the last purchased you bought anything without looking at the price tag?
I'm still planning to, let's say I am planning to buy a Tata Sierra. It's not about the price, it's more about should be something that I should be driving soon.
But if you get an opportunity to meet your 17-year-old, और एक advice अगर आपको उनको देना रहे.
See, one thing I would say is,
so in corporate, definitely we've been 30 years of corporate. In corporate life, many of them says it is not easy. For Siska Narayan Murthy बोलते that one should work 70 hours a week. It is right or wrong. Being a founder, I always think it is right. What do you think of corporate culture?
see, I'll tell you because I've also been with Infosys.
So if someone wants to build it same thing for their own, मान लो किसी को exactly पूरा financial journey अपना खुद के लिए बनाना है. What would be the roadmap according to you? So thank you so much Milati ma'am. आपने podcast के invitation को accept किया and thank you for being here.
Thank you for the opportunity. Yeah, looking forward for the good discussion.
मिलाती मैम, मैं सीधा एक क्वेश्चन पे आता हूँ. आप फाइनेंशियली आज इंडिपेंडेंट हो, ऐसा मैंने सुना है और देख भी रहा हूँ अभी. सो क्या सही में आप आज किसी पे डिपेंडेंट नहीं हो?
Yeah, absolutely. See, I would say that any woman, right, today who has a decent earnability, right, I feel they are pretty independent. While, yeah, it takes a little bit of a journey to get to financial independence, but I feel that every woman should work and they should have their earnability in place.
Yeah, 100%. So what is the definition of financial freedom as per you? Why, what is that number that one woman or anyone should have in their life in order to become that financially free?
So what I feel is it is different for different people depending on the lifestyle that you would want to lead along. So for some people a very simple life is fine, but if you look at our existing lifestyle, right, it depends on how much we are spending.
Okay.
Right? So based on that, you could perhaps look at maybe if it's 10 years down the line, maybe with inflation and everything, you should have perhaps 4x or 5x of what that you are looking at right now. So it is different for different people. But what I feel is the financial independence is when you don't have to think twice for buying something, right? Or you don't see the tag and buy something. That's important. And plus, when there is, financial independence, or when you are even still earning, right, there is a lot that changes in your life. The way you look at your health, the way you look at your family, everything differs. So true. I think that's what matters.
Super. So you told me that financial independence is a one part that whenever we are buying something, we should not look at the tag. So are you on this stage now?
Almost there, I would say. Okay. Like I said, at least I plan towards it, to ensure that I reach there. I think I am at the journey in my age where I've also completed my 30 years of corporate experience. I think it's high time that I look towards that journey. So I kind of invested myself towards that. So I'm happy to be here at this point.
Amazing. So we will be going to your all 30 years journey as well. So before that, what was the last purchased you bought anything without looking at the price tag?
I'm still planning to, let's say I am planning to buy a Tata Sierra. So it's not about the price, it's more about maybe perhaps the look of the car and everything, I felt, yeah, this should be something that I should be driving soon.
Super.
So yeah, soon I will be booking one.
So you are planning to buy Tata Sierra. Obviously, being a financially independent woman, definitely, I wish you would buy very soon, and I believe you would buy in all cash down car. Is that your plan, or you will be planning
I will look
finances?
at the lucrative option because yeah, I would rather want to go by cash this time, because I have spent a lot on car loans and stuff. So this time I don't want to do that, and hopefully I will plan for cash down.
Cash down. Okay, great. So you have been, like you told me that you have spent almost 30 years in corporate. That a decent amount of time one has invested in corporate. So how your journey started? When was your, like, what was your first job? What was your first salary? I want to just look at your initial days of your corporate life. How it looked like.
Yeah. So I am from middle class family. So
Okay.
born and brought up in the lower middle class, if I can say. My father was with HMT. He was working with HMT, and we were 3 siblings. So we stayed in the colony, and whole life was colony life was definitely amazing. While you have people around, and it's a lot of play,
one
and
family,
it's a
I guess.
it's a township
It's
kind
a
of
town. Old township is one family. Everyone
Yeah.
knows everything.
everyone
about.
knows each other,
Yeah.
and there is no gender biases. Your
Mm.
friends are all boys, girls, and all
Mhm.
playing together. It was fun, definitely fun. But yeah, when I was 18, my father retired from his services. While beyond colony, we did not think of anything. Or of course, life also had its own ups and downs in our life.
Correct.
So wherein we did not have a house of our own. We were still, I was still studying, and
Yeah.
though I aspired to be an engineer, but I knew that I can't, because
Because of
my father
financial
was retiring, and
Hmm.
I had no means that I could do that. So I decided to take up diploma. I completed my diploma and then joined Bosch. So Bosch
Wow.
Group is when I started my
Your
career
journey.
with corporate, and I started at the age of 18.
At the age of 18, you took your first job.
Yeah.
That's really great. And what was your package at that time?
It was
So you're studying, correct? At 18, many people are going at college.
3 years diploma you complete.
Acha, 3 years of diploma you have completed. Okay, great.
So I joined, at the age of 18. And it was a 1-year training where, we have a bunch of similar kind of people who joined together, Bosch Group. And we were, deployed in different departments. So in 1-year period, you get to work in different departments. And then I happened to, after completion of 12 months, I happened to get into HR.
Wow.
So that's how I started my journey with HR.
Amazing.
And then it was more of learning on the job, and plus at that time, with the high energy, and with the kind of learning, the hungry for learning that I had. So it was easy for me to jump in from various aspects of HR, learn and execute and things like that. Yeah. And about 2 years that I continued to work, and in 1995 is when I got a full-time employment with Bosch.
Wow.
In HR department itself. So yeah, it's about 30
Amazing,
years
amazing,
now.
amazing. So what was your salary when you joined, and after 2 years, when, like, any assumption, I know it is almost not 30 years now.
Yeah.
But
So when I joined initially training period, then I started with 750 rupees per month. That was
750
our
rupees a month.
stipend. Since it was a training, it was called as stipend.
Stipend, yeah.
Right? And after 1 year of completion, they took me back for another stint of training within HR. So that in the second stint, it was not a rotation. So it was completely in the HR department. So one department, and then you continue. So it was more like on the job training kind of a thing. So there I started with initially 1800 per month.
As a full-time employment?
Not full-time. It was still a training.
Still a training. Okay.
And then I moved to, I think, 2500 or 2800. It was around that.
While working at a full-time. Amazing.
So And once I got confirmed in 1995, it was about 4,000 rupees a month.
Wow,
Is what I
amazing,
was.
amazing. So 4,000 a month at that time was also a
4,000 or
big deal.
4,500 a month.
4,500 was a big deal
Yeah,
of salary having at that time.
correct.
And beyond, I'm assuming that you have learned everything on toes at job. Correct?
Yeah,
No traditional knowledge have backed you, like college studies, degree, nothing have
nothing.
helped
So
you.
because, of course, I was very good in studies, right? In
Okay.
school or on diploma, I was very good in studies. But generally they say, no, अगर आप पढ़ाई में अच्छा हो तो इंजीनियर कर लो, साइंस ले लो,
नहीं,
फिर
अगर आप
योर
लड़की हो तो आप
एवरेज,
डॉक्टर बनोगे ना.
हाँ नहीं, इंजीनियर या डॉक्टर
इंजीनियर
बनो,
डॉक्टर बन जाओगे.
या ओके ओके हो तो कॉमर्स
कॉमर्स कर
ग्रेजुएट
लो
बन
आप.
जाओगे, नहीं तो
आर्ट्स कर
कुछ
लो.
भी नहीं है तो आर्ट्स कर लो. That was the period era then. So I was good, and I was definitely hoping that I will be an engineer. And
Yeah.
that time, being an engineer was really a very
A big thing.
respectful
Yeah, a very
degree, and
true.
really a big thing, right?
Hmm.
But yeah, life had a different twist and turn for me, and yeah. So,
Amazing, amazing. So technically you started your journey with 4,000 with a full time.
yeah.
You have spent 30 years in corporate. How many jobs you have changed in 30 years?
It's about 7 to 8 companies that I
7 to
have
8
moved.
companies.
Yeah.
Okay. So which was the which company you spent longest time with in this 30 years?
See, I would say a couple of them. I will tell you also. Bosch was my first company.
Yeah.
Apart from the training in all of those, right? From the full-time employment, I've spent with them 9 years. Right,
Amazing.
9 years. Of course, with 3 plus 2 years, if you add it, it's more. But yeah, only from an employment standpoint, it is 9 years I stayed with them. And after that, I worked with Infi. I did 2 stints with Infosys Technology and Infosys BPO.
Wow.
And both put together about 5.5
5.5
years.
years. Okay.
And I stayed in Volvo for about 3 years with Xerox and HCL. While I was with Xerox itself, I got transition to HCL, which means literally I was with doing the work of Xerox. So if you put together, that was again another 7 years. So I've done a couple of long stints, not just
Amazing.
1 or 2.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So I have heard someone saying that if you want to climb a high paying package, you should shift job at least after every 3 to 4 years. So is that true? Do you think this philosophy should be there, or sticking for a long time is a fair thing to do in corporate if you want to have a high paying job?
I would say it's yes or no, both, because it's not same for everybody. Right?
Okay.
And today's scenario, it's very different. The generation is different. The thought process is different. But what I always feel is if you have to get grounded in the job that you do, right? You need to know in and out of how your job really adds value, right? How do you bring impact? You will only know when you actually see a couple of cycle, right? The business cycle, without which you're just running with a shallow knowledge. So I would still think that while somebody might say, no, I've still picked up, I've done a lot. So it's different, right? The journey is different for each one of them, I would say. But that's my strong belief, that if you want to, be well grounded with the role that you are doing, I think you should stay a while in the organization.
True. Even though that even an organization should have the capacity for growth. Correct. So if you're staying for 2 to 3 years with the company, and even company is growing at the same time,
absolutely,
then your potential of growing that company would be great. So Mithali ma'am, what was the highest salary you have drawn in this 30 years per month, if you can calculate that?
What I would say is it depends, because as you climb up the ladder in the salary, the tax part also comes in. Right? So when you really look at from a tax part and the take home, you will feel wow, at a 30% bracket, the tax part is too high.
Exactly.
I would say. But yeah, I mean, so overall, yes, I think if I have to tell you a biggest breakthrough that I got, perhaps that was once I moved to Infosys.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And what was was it in double digit of per month? 6 digit, double
more
digit?
than that. Double digit though I did in Bosch only.
Wow.
So
Amazing.
Bosch
For
itself,
per month, double digit. So that means beyond, was it beyond 10 lakh rupees?
beyond 10 lakhs, no. That
Hmm.
that was with Infi, I would say.
Amazing. Amazing.
Infosys, because yeah,
Superb.
yeah,
So
that was with Infi.
started with 4,000, went almost a double digit salary.
Yeah.
Now, how you have planned your financial journey? So like, what is your net worth overall look like? So people, so for example, whomsoever is looking at this podcast, I believe he or she is in her, or basically they are in their job journey. They are building wealth now.
Correct.
So being a financial freedom person, how would the overall corpus should look like for one to genuinely leave the job, or basically, for example, that you said one should buy anything without looking at a price tag. So what is your network look like now?
So I would put it this way, that when I started, or until very late, right, I was not great at either financial building. Of course, I did some bit of investment without my knowledge, little bit of whoever said, right,
Correct.
okay, खरीद लो ये अच्छा है. Maybe I'm talking from a real estate perspective,
Correct.
right? कोई एक plot हो गया, कोई घर हो गया, and things like that. So one breakthrough that I would say is when I quit Volvo, I got my financials, the FNF and the value. So instead of just investing in a bank or in a simple FD, I decided to take a property, a small plot,
Amazing.
and so we bought. So both my husband and wife were looking for something, and we said, okay, let's buy some plot and we can build the house later.
Super.
So and we, through known circle, and we also searched, and we finalized, we zeroed down on one property, we bought it as well. To my advantage, I mean, first of all, मुझे कोई हवा भी नहीं था कि रियल एस्टेट में क्या होगा कैसा होगा. ट्रूली सो, राइट. इट वाज मोर लाइक, बोलते हैं ना कि इफ यू आर वर्किंग, घर ले लो, घर बना लो, ऐसा वाला सीन, राइट. सो that's when I said, let's take this and we'll see. To my luck, within 6 months, that property doubled.
Wow.
I never
So
imagined.
कितने का आपने लिया था?
I think it was about 10 lakhs that we bought, and
Wow.
it
और
sold
6
at
months बाद
20
lakh.
or
अच्छा, आपने फिर
20.
बेचा, उसको बेच दिया आपने.
I sold
Amazing.
it off, and
Super.
then I added a few. Of course, way back then, buying of house was not that crazy
True.
deal from now. And then we added a little more funds. We took bank loan and we bought a house.
Amazing.
So that
which you are
was
living now.
no.
Achha,
I never
only
lived in.
complete asset. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
it was more of an asset, I would say. We rented it, and I also had this value that जब भी हम घर लेते, we should not stay in the own house, because you have that dependency. ये मेरा घर है, ये करना है, वो करना है,
Correct.
झंझट ही नहीं. तो just live it on rent and no sentiment. You always have a house which people build beautiful houses. You can just pay rent and stay.
True,
Right? That was my funda.
Amazing.
I think that
So
worked.
are you following this same funda right now?
Yes, I
So
stay in
you're
rent.
staying on rent
Yeah.
and plus getting a
Yeah.
rent as well.
Correct.
As an income. Superb.
Yeah. So that's where I said, one value I said that I will not stay in my own house because of whatever reason. And in a own house, you keep doing something or the other, repair work and
because
all
there
of
is an
those.
emotional attachment towards that house.
And plus you have that, I think, staying in a own house also, it's only my perspective. Others, it can vary based on their, scenario. But I feel that if you stay in a own house, it will also affect your flexibility. Right?
Yeah.
Right now, I don't have a dependency.
True,
I'm staying here fine. I continue to stay here for almost 5 years now. I think I'll complete 6 years soon.
Wow.
But okay. But as long as, when I don't need it, I can move on, right? But that flexibility is not there in the own house. So I said, fine.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
So, Mithali ma'am, there is a concept called buying versus renting. So, एक thought रहता है कि if you are able to pay X amount of rent, whatever you are paying, अगर वही चीज़ आप लोन भरो, EMI भरो, तो घर आपका हो जाए. So, what is your take on that? Because it is very easy to, any which ways, पैसा तो आपके जेब से जा ही रहा है.
See,
So
I don't want to
EMI?
hit on anybody's sentiment, but this is how the home loan sells, right?
Yeah.
So this is
खुद
how
का
the
घर,
home loan,
सपनों का घर.
sapno ka ghar, khud ka ghar. What I feel
Hmm.
is, from my experience, um, as long as you have capacity to pay rent,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to have your own house at all, right?
Superb.
See, one is you can go for a own house also, or rent it, or whatever you can do. It's not necessary that घर खरीद लिया तो उसी घर में रहना भी है, जरूरी नहीं है, right? Choice है अपना अपना.
Correct.
You can always give it for a rent and then stay in a maybe instead of staying in a own house. I have done that also, like stayed in the joint family. I stayed in in-laws house. I've traveled 5-6 hours in the commute, wasted my entire day. I've done that all, right? Then I realized this is not worth it. I would rather give it out for rent. I go wherever the offers is close by and I live my life, and I think that's worked for me well.
Superb. So any which was you are having house today. So for example, in worst case scenario,
Correct.
You have a house,
Yeah.
but you have rented out. So how many house you have today?
So I do have 2 houses.
Amazing. That is on rent, completely on rent.
That's on completely on
Superb.
rent.
And you're staying on rent.
And
as
I'm
well.
staying on rent. That's
So what is the rental yield of that 2 house? Like what rent is?
See, the challenge is I stay in Whitefield, जहाँ पे rent थोड़ा ज़्यादा है.
Locality अच्छा है
हाँ,
बैंगलोर
तो
में.
वहाँ 2 घर का भी मिला लो तो इतना नहीं आएगा वो. But ठीक है, तो I get about 20. I think right now if I change the tenant shortly, about 25 for one house, 25K per
Almost
month for
50,000
one.
rupees
So 50
for both the houses.
Yeah.
Awesome. So even this can be counted as your passive income, completely passive income.
Passive. I won't even call it an income. It's a set off to say that I'm paying rent and this is supplementing
exactly,
me.
this is supplementing you. So your income, main income is not getting involved in paying rent. Yeah, that's also smart.
Kind of a setting
so
off.
this is a part of portfolio. So counted in the net worth part.
Correct.
So what made you financially free exactly? Which part of your net worth that actually played a big role making you financially rich?
See, I would say I was not smart at all. Let me be very honest. When it comes to financial, कोई हमें बताता नहीं है. Let's say it's very clear that अभी जो जागे हैं ना बहुत सारे advisors पहले कभी नहीं थे.
काफी लोग आए.
No, I think I don't even remember there was any.
True.
Right? And plus you only had to depend on the bank who will only advise you towards a loan or an insurance.
Insurance या FDs.
LIC.
Maximum LIC या FDs.
Right? Or FDs. Or maybe बहुत पहले NSC कर लो 5 साल में वो डबल हो जाएगा. तो फिर only those kind of stuff, right? And plus life had its own twist and turn in with me as well. My sister was diagnosed with a blood cancer. Not blood cancer, the breast cancer. And so she passed away 9 years ago. And she had this, her son was same as my son's age. So when my sister died, she was, he was just about 11 years. And so I really took the decision to, he was like, both these kids were born together, grown together. So I decided to have him with me. He's in all purpose, he's my son that way. So that way there is a lot of twists and turns that happened in my life. So yeah, and plus, kids' education, they're growing up. It's not easy in a city like Bangalore, right? Along with the the job and everything, but I was not very smart in investing or SIP. Nothing I had until few years ago. But then once it start hitting you that what next in your corpus and what, then I consciously started working towards it. And that's when, of course, I have a few SIP in all of those, in all 3 caps, right? Mid cap, large cap and small cap. Those are just by the way. And I also did a few investments yearly you invest in some amount and then after 10 years you get the monthly income. So like that I did a couple of investments. And apart from that, I think I also invested heavily in real estate.
Amazing.
That's where I think the breakthrough came for me, where where at least I know the path towards
Path
how
to,
I'm going to lead my
amazing.
next couple
Amazing.
of years.
So your real estate portfolio, your mutual fund portfolio, if we combine all together, what would be the total worth of your portfolio right now?
So I would say, while real estate is something that, of course, it will, I mean, if I want to, it will liquidate in some time, but I have not started yet.
Correct.
But अभी वो liquidation पे तो है नहीं. But
हाँ.
overall, if you still want to look at from an overall worth, so easily at this rate, at this hour, you can say about 4.5 crores for sure.
Amazing.
But yeah, I mean, that won't stay there, right? It will keep appreciating.
It will keep on appreciating.
So
correct.
I think by now itself it would have got increase.
Correct.
But I don't really consider that. I mean, whenever I'm planning for certain things from that properties where I would really be thinking on, so maybe perhaps try making some arrangements where with the builder I could get a monthly rental income.
Exactly.
Or maybe invest in a couple of commercial property, something where
Amazing.
I'm really looking at how it can yield me monthly. See, I'm very used to earning monthly, right?
Monthly, correct.
So I need a monthly yield to come in.
Yeah.
Then only I'll feel comfortable. So that's where I look for, where I would really look to see that some avenues that I can, not in a hurry, but at least in 1 to 2 years, I would want to plan that way.
Plan that. Awesome.
But I have an avenue I've already invested, and it's just a wait and watch, and then execute my plan.
Execute your plan. Superb. So today you have built almost a net worth of 4 to 4.5 crores. That is great. So is this giving you a rental every, like all 4.4 crores is now invested and they are giving you passive income? Like it is rented?
I would say, like I said, the real estate is something yet to, I mean, we need to still plan the execution part of it. But otherwise, some of it I have made it that I don't need it in the near future. So it'll start coming to me monthly after 10 years.
Got it.
So I don't need it, right?
Okay, you have started seeding it.
Correct.
Amazing.
I started seeding it.
Super.
So that is one. So I had not just stopped at it. I've also topped it up with the additional, so that, let's say, for example, it was supposed to be 50K a month. I've topped it up to make it maybe 1.5 lakh a month, right? Apart from all the real estate avenues and all. So yeah, that way, I think it should really take care of. I don't have to worry about what next in
life. True,
after
super,
10 years.
True, very nice.
Yeah.
So, like assuming if you want to leave your job today, can you leave your job and completely live on your whatever financial bed you have made for yourself?
Yeah, at least in about a year, I can definitely think of. Like I said,
Awesome.
I need to do a little bit of investment on the real estate part of it, and after that, I think I should be able to.
Superb. So if someone wants to build it same thing for their own, मान लो किसी को exactly पूरा financial journey अपना खुद के लिए बनाना है, what would be the roadmap according to you?
First thing I would say is एक तो है कि आप अपनी अर्नेबिलिटी के बारे में सोचना पड़ेगा कि what is my current earning capacity.
Okay.
That's important, right? And it is good to take stock of what do you have currently, right? So that you know that whatever you're worth for, right? Even if you don't have anything also, it's fine. Being awareness, being in that zone of being aware of what I am is very, very important.
Exactly.
Right? So once that happens, then it's about plan, right? Where do you want to reach and how do you action it, right? So yes, if you're already earning and if you're earning handsome salary and all of those, right? Then the next step is whatever you are doing today, which has not got you the financial freedom, you should stop doing that, right? You should stop doing that, take a pause. And what I learned in a big way is it was not 10 years ago, I did not have this confidence, right? But if I have it now, anybody can have.
Exactly. So now you have connected the dots.
So yeah, so I feel that one is we should stop looking at buying everything that we need. Like in a middle class, it typically happens. I know people can understand what I'm saying. That कुछ भी नया आएगा तो खरीदने का वो है.
हाँ,
right?
100%.
Like I would
वो
want to
एक
buy,
अंदर रहता है कि खरीदना है
whatever,
कुछ।
right? You can stop doing all those. Even it's fine, right?
Hmm.
You can keep your house clean with whatever you have already.
Exactly.
You don't need too much of that. So some of these things you need to consciously tell yourself that you are going on a journey of your own freedom, for which if at present you have to give away certain things, it's okay.
Exactly.
It's okay. So like for example, if I have to tell you, it was a bold decision for me as well, right? When I was doing this jugglery of real estate, this investment and all, I sold off my house, the one that I said, oh, this was I could still say that this was my first house, kaise isko bhej do, my
100%
sentiment.
मेरा sentiment और मेरा
See, either I live with my sentiment or I would like to build my journey, right?
Superb.
So I sold off my house, and that's when with the corpus I was able to invest in a better plan.
So that was a moment जब आप रेंट पे चले गए रहने के लिए
हाँ,
और घर बेच के इन्वेस्ट कर दिया पैसा.
वैसे आई नेवर स्टेड इन द ओन हाउस, तो वो
never.
मेरा
था ही
प्लान तो
नहीं.
था ही नहीं. आई ऑलवेज स्टेड इन द रेंटेड हाउस. सो इट वाज मोर ऑफ लाइक इफ यू वांट टू से दैट अरे मेरा 25,000 का रेंट चला जाएगा मंथली, it's a chota loss for a bada gain.
Exactly.
So you need to think of certain bold decisions that you need to take in life. And yeah, I think worked for me in my favor. And अगर मुझे चाहे तो इसी घर में and builder and all of those, I can still keep 3-4 houses for me if required, right?
True.
Though I may or may not, but I'm saying, right? So it's all about the I think this is what I always say to my people, that attachment and detachment, right? If you learn to detach yourself with a lot of things that you are holding on to today,
Exactly.
you will find your way.
You're 100%, because maximum mistakes are always done when you're emotionally connected to something. Either it is investment, it is home, or it is children. जब भी किसी से बहुत ज़्यादा डिट्रैक्ट हो जाते हैं वो हो जाता है. बट इवन आई वॉज थिंकिंग ऑफ अ ग्रेट फाइनेंशियल डिसीजन हो गया. फॉर एग्जाम्पल यू आर लिविंग ऑन रेंट, सो at the end maximum you are paying 4% yield to the owner. But here, if for example your investment is getting doubled in 6 years also, assuming 6 years, it's a long 6 years, you're earning 12% on your investment.
Correct.
तो यहाँ पे आप 4% भर रहे हो, बट यहाँ पे आपको 12% आ रहा है. So even that is a wise decision. In the middle of your conversation, ma'am, you told that सबको जल्द से जल्द खरीदने का मन होता है. Whatever something new is coming in the market, everyone wants to buy it. Either it is car, especially iPhone.
Yes.
iPhone is now becoming a big deal. For everyone wants to buy that 1.5 lakh rupees iPhone by taking a loan or EMI. How can be that be cured? For example, considering me, 27, 28, or people who is 35, वो सोचता है यार मैं बहुत मेहनत कर रहा हूँ, I am earning good amount of money. चलो, I am not earning good amount of money, but I am working very hard. I deserve that iPhone. I deserve that bike. I deserve that particular maybe watch. I deserve that. So I need to buy that. और वो sentiment से वो खर्चा करता है पैसा. So do you think that is a wrong approach? People are earning money, so why don't they should buy that?
So I would say it's a right or wrong both. It depends on your situation, right? Let's say instead of an iPhone, there was some other plan which could have fetched you a better income opportunity. Then it's a bad decision.
Yeah.
Right? So in my own case, when the mobile phone started, right, earlier, the chota wala,
Correct.
I mean,
1100.
when was it? I don't know, long time ago. I was working in Bosch, where everybody in the department had a mobile phone except me.
Oh.
I did not buy the mobile phone. I thought simply, and that time I think you also had to pay for the incoming calls, isn't it? When initially it started off and all. And then afterwards, of course, the plan kept on changing and everything. But when everybody had, but I did not have a phone. So and finally, I think after 3-4 years later is when I bought. Right? I thought it was not necessary only. I mean, I'm okay and all of those. But yeah, so once you hook on to a mobile, and yeah, that's what happens, right? And even when I was in Infi, I was still holding that Nokia black, that 1100, black and white.
Black and white, yeah.
So all my team members had all those, the Galaxy,
so
the Samsung Galaxy,
yeah,
and
Samsung,
all the smartphones. So they used to also make fun. Malti, ab to kharid lo. I mean, it's fine. But
And
I said
if you at the
chalega.
same place you were earning in a double digit salary, तो almost it was
Correct.
about 10 LPA.
Correct.
उसके बाद भी आपका डबल,
उससे
यहाँ पे
ज़्यादा,
तो
या
3
उससे
लाख के
ज़्यादा.
सैलरी पे 3 LPA के
Correct.
सैलरी पे लोग 2-2 लाख आईफोन ले रहे हैं.
Correct.
So
So
how this can be, so for example, ma'am, yours is a completely exceptional case. No one can hold this much amount of जिगरा in their heart कि यार पैसा होने के बाद भी ना ले. So but it is good. It is
yeah.
good if you know your goal. You should delay your gratification. Everyone is listening this part of lines. But how can be done this? If someone is earning, कैसे वो होल्ड कर पाए अपने ये क्यूरियोसिटी को टू बाय समथिंग एंड इन्वेस्ट मनी टू बिल्ड दैट फ्यूचर, बिकॉज वो पीयर प्रेशर बहुत बिल्ड करता है कि यार इसने लिया इसने लिया इसने लिया, मुझे भी लेना है.
See, the biggest challenge today is comparison, right? कि उसके पास है कि मेरे पास क्यों नहीं है. ज़रूरी नहीं है, राइट? सी, अगर वो ज़रूरत है, मतलब यू कैन ऑलवेज बाय अ फ़ोन, वो चल जाएगा. आई एम नॉट सेइंग यू नीड टू डीमीन योर सेल्फ, राइट? स्टिल बाय अ स्मार्टफोन विच कैन स्टिल सूट योर नीड एंड ऑल ऑफ दोज, बट नॉट बियॉन्ड योर कैपेसिटी, बिकॉज you want to feel good in front of others, right?
Yeah,
Not these people would come to you in your old age to give you company, right?
exactly.
May or may not. Possibly yes, may or may not.
But no one would come for a longer run. Maybe if they are coming also, they will be
Correct.
a little part of your life.
See, even with me, if you ask me, does it mean that I have really lived a stingy life? Or no. I have spent royally.
Yeah.
I've lived my life. I've taken my kids to holiday. You know,
Amazing.
almost you know, every year. All of it is I've also done, right? So you don't have to hold yourself too much, but at the same time, you don't have to, you know, fall into trap, or you know, fall into you know, that kind of a tension. ये मेरे पास क्यों नहीं है, वो ज़रूरत नहीं. You do it at your own terms. मतलब अभी नहीं तो 1 साल के बाद ले लिया, चलता है. Manage with something, but delay it for a while.
Very
So you can always do that instead of giving you know, double interest and all of those, right? Maybe put an RD or whatever that small thing that you could do, FD or RD or whatever, and then buy it later with interest free and all of those. Maybe perhaps you will get a better version.
Maybe might
Right?
be.
The challenge today is everybody want to look good, feel good quickly. Which is not required.
Yeah, very powerful, makes sense. So ma'am, coming to the most important part, once is on a journey of building financially free life, correct? Now after watching podcast, they have started saving. They have seen that if she is able to live on rent, maybe rent पे रहूँगी अब, correct? maybe rent पे रहूँगा. But one situation is one medical situation, or any normal situation also pops in the family. Suddenly all the saving gets wiped out quickly, correct? जैसे अभी आपने बताया कि there was also a crisis of your sister. तो ऐसे crisis के टाइम पे कैसे इमोशनली, तो वी आर हर्ट, जो भी सिचुएशन, चाहे वो मेडिकल हो, चाहे वो एडुकेशन हो, कोई भी सिचुएशन, करेक्ट? बट एट द सेम टाइम फाइनेंशियली भी आपको देखना है. सो यू हैव बीन इन दैट सिचुएशन, सो एवरीवन कैन लर्न फ्रॉम दैट सिचुएशन. हाउ डिड यू मैनेज दैट सिचुएशन, and how one can manage that situation if any time, emotionally as well, but also financially, how it can be done?
So I'll tell you one simple thing. जब मैं I just you know, stood up to start my work, मेरे पास कुछ भी नहीं था, ना घर, कुछ भी नहीं था, कुछ भी नहीं. My father had a corpus of 1 lakh rupees only. Okay, we 3 siblings, not married, still studying. So उस situation से, if God has taken care of us to reach here, right? Of course धक्के खाने होते हैं, वो give and take, ups and downs and all. I feel as, you know, even if you come back to zero, doesn't take much time to rebuild it.
Amazing. Yeah.
Right? I feel I mean, it's a matter of time. I mean, you will feel that jhatka for a while, right? And if you still plan it, in 1 to 2 years down the line, you can still come to some shape.
Yeah, correct.
It's a little, you
Little
feel that pinch
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
whatever, but that's possible. But just that, that feeling that जो भी मैंने किया वो मेरा है, वही गलत है.
Hmm.
जब तक मेरा है
Correct.
मेरा है, हाथ से जाएगा तो जाएगा ही ना किसी
Correct.
दिन.
Hmm. Hmm.
I feel it's a big deal. I mean, you should live that life. It's okay. अगर मेरे नसीब में यही लिखा है कि ये वाइप आउट हो जाएगा तो जाएगा.
100%.
क्या पता कोई पिछले जन्म का कर्म है. You never know, right?
Correct.
So I think you should not worry too much. But उस टाइम पे झटका लगेगा, रोना धोना, feel bad, you'll feel upset. It's fine. Live with that. Have sympathy. Move on.
Exactly. But उसके बाद भी अगर कोई 3-4 actionable step लेना रहे to prevent this.
First thing is you have to come out of that energy.
Okay.
The negative energy, whichever happened, for whatever reason that happened, right? And then let's say अगर हमने गलती से किया, like for example, I'm sure a lot of people do invest in stock, and जितना मैंने देखा है 4 या 5% लोग से आगे कोई पैसा बनाता ही नहीं
बना पाता,
गवाता ही ज्यादा,
और वो 4-5%
बनाता कम.
हमारे को मिलते नहीं है.
करेक्ट, बनाता कम और गवाता ज्यादा. ऐसे वाला है. तो आई वुड स्टिल थिंक दैट वैसे लाखों रुपए लोगों ने गवा दिए, राइट? बट स्टिल life is still going on, right?
Exactly.
Doesn't end there. So it's okay. I mean, it was just momentary, but don't stay in that energy.
Correct.
Move on. And if it's not happening there, you can give a pause and do something else. Not necessary to stick on. अगर मैंने यहाँ से गवाया तो मुझे यहीं से लेके आना पड़ेगा. ज़रूरी नहीं है. I mean, we hook on to certain negative energies, unnecessary stress. They're not required. See, losing money itself is stressful, right?
Exactly.
उससे और ज़्यादा stress लगाएंगे अपने ऊपर तो कुछ आएगा नहीं हाथ में.
आएगा नहीं. True.
So move out of that energy. Feel the abundance. Like, see, from 0 to here, if I have reached, again from here to somewhere we will reach.
कहीं ना कहीं तो पहुँचेंगे ही. Very nice. Very nice. So whenever it comes to financial planning or financial independence, major role will be played of active income, which you told now कि increase your earnability. पैसा बनाने की क्षमता बढ़नी चाहिए कैसे ना कैसे. You have started from 750 rupees, crossed almost double digit of package, almost high paying package. So what was a real ground proof action that you took in order to reach that particular of high paying package? Was it luck, skill, strategy? क्या आपने किया? अगर कोई अपना active income बढ़ाना चाह रहा है, because active income बढ़ेगा तो investments बढ़ेंगी, चाहे वो SIP हो, mutual funds हो या real estate हो. So what was really a hack beyond that?
See, one thing I would say is, for anybody I will say this, right? Whatever you're doing, love your job, right? Love your job. And भले ही मैंने like everybody else, I did not do a degree, a logical way of ending my education. True. Right? But I was always hungry for learning. So I did my graduation, I did my post-graduation. So I invested in my own, upskilling and education. Wow. So I kept on challenging myself to take up the challenging roles. That helped me.
Superb. Many of them now, I don't think they are willing to take challenges. And blaming that I'm not getting high paying package.
See, one is, I think if we reflect back on our own self, I think the answer lies within them to say why they're not getting high earning job. One is their mindset, or the way they put across themselves. There's a lot. Even that has a learning, isn't it? True. Because we learn a lot. See, how I started my job, not even at an 18 years corporate, I was more of a bubbly and straight into school and colony playing, and then suddenly became serious with whatever studies, right? So I think you need to adapt to the situation, and then don't let your energy die, right?
Exactly.
So have that energy focused for something meaningful, something good that you can do, right? Correct. See, sometimes when you are in this journey, it's not necessary in the job itself, right? You can perhaps become, leave the job and start something on your own and become great at it. And we've seen many such success stories,
Correct.
isn't it? So it is all up to, I think, one's own, thought process, I would say. But when they start channelizing the energy in the right way, instead of wasting time to say that, मुझे नहीं मिल रहा, I'm unlucky, why me, and all of those stuff, I think that's not going to work anymore. Right?
Correct.
So it's about shift that energy of them, bring a positive energy, and I think things start to
Things
change.
will start changing. Yeah. So in corporate, definitely I've been 30 years of corporate. In corporate life, many of them says it is not easy. Sometimes बहुत stress work होता है, 18 hours होता है. We've been working in Infosys के नारायण मूर्ति बोलते हैं that one should work 70 hours a week. I don't know what it is right or wrong. Being a founder, I always think it is right, but that is another part of also. What do you think of corporate culture? Yeah, what do you think of your ex-boss like Narayan Murthy saying that one should work 70 hours a week? So what is your take on that part?
See, I'll tell you, because I've also been with Infosys,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I have seen the journey of Infosys, right? One is, maybe there are a lot of people who have trolled about Naran Murthy's
100%.
statement,
Many of them.
right? But here is my thought. If he has told that people need to work long, whatever that statement is, 70, 80, doesn't matter,
Yeah.
right? I think he has earned that, he has earned to say that statement.
Yeah.
Okay. What I mean is, he has created so many millionaires in life, right? And if so, he knows exactly how the journey has been for many
True.
million years,
True.
right? And I'm sure a lot of people working with Infi who have become millionaires can vouch for this statement, who still feel that blessing of working in such great company, right?
At the right time. Best part was it
At
was
the right time, right? While it's easy to troll on many people, right? Even when we are working in a corporate, it's not just about Infosys. Any company that you take, yes, we also spend time. At times when there is a delivery, when there is work required, you go up to 17 hours also and 18 hours also. It's a part of
job.
part of work, right? I mean, it's easy for someone to troll, to say and whatever, but when we are trolling, can we also think that can we earn that responsibility of building so many millionaires?
Yeah.
Is that a possibility?
Obviously.
I don't think many people think on those lines. So
True.
for me, I mean they don't understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
That's what I can say.
Because people are only seeing the one part of statement.
Correct.
Like you made it said correctly that he has seen people making billions, might be his friends or his colleagues. So if he's saying that statement, that means there is some credibility behind that.
Correct.
There might be something. So for many of them, it is a offensive part as well that क्यों 17 hours काम करना है मुझे. How to handle corporate politics. Many of them are, I can say that कि many of them are truly stuck in this trap because of this trap, like corporate politics, stress. How do you manage? Like, what? First of all, I would ask you, in this 30 years, have been any incident you have faced that you felt यार ये तो बहुत ही मतलब सर के ऊपर चले गया ये, I cannot do job now ऐसा.
So I think for whoever who says corporate politics and ye ganda ye wo, let me also say that I have never worked till now, or at least most of my career, with the easy managers.
Okay.
Right? I don't even want to call it easy, and some of them were really nasty, or I don't know what to say, right? And there are many days that, and of course, I also, when I started, I was super sensitive, not being aware of what will hit me like this, right? And I've gone through a lot of, these kind of managers where I used to go to washroom and cry almost every day, many days, right? And if I really look back those things, I think these managers made me what I am today. right? So, and I also built my own value system of how you should do a people management, that I won't treat my people the way I got treated, right? So these are some of the values that I picked up along, and that's what made me a strong individual. And all along working with these kind of challenging managers, I realized that my biggest people power is stakeholder management and people management. And I could, if at all I could say this, is only because of the experience that I went through, right? So yeah, life is there to teach us lessons, but everything is not, nothing is permanent, right? We say this too shall pass, good or bad or ugly or whatever.
Correct.
So I think it's just that you take it and move on is the way of life. And expecting a rosy picture
Every day
is not going to work, whether it's business or corporate. Let's take it that way. If you want to even start your own business, it's not easy, right?
100%.
It's not easy, and you will put your I don't even call 70 hours. I don't know how many hours you would put your own build that base, and you don't even get monthly income so easily, right? At either on the last working day or the first working day of the month, you get your salary, not asking anyone. But in business, it's not easy.
It is not easy, true.
Right? So yeah, I mean, whether it's business or corporate, you need to put in your effort for you to get results.
Exactly. So very nicely said. So another part of is that for financial education, like reaching to financial independence, it is very important that education should always start from early stage. It get easy to develop in our mind and start executing things. So one part is that, so for example, for my side, when I was child, my parents won't discuss money in front of me, correct? Whenever there was a money problem also, whenever there was no money problem, they won't discuss in front of me, just to make sure that I don't get spoiled, because they always look money as a spoiling factor. If he know everything, what he would judge, how would he look at money? Don't talk about money, don't tell your salary. This kind of, I believe today also it is there for many of them in the family, correct? Now you're handling two child, being a financial independent. How do you make sure that they are getting proper financial knowledge?
So I would say that right from when they were 13 years, about in their teens, right?
Yeah.
I sat with them. I showed them all my commitments. What is my salary? How does a payslip look?
Wow.
What is a CTC versus what
Amazing.
you take in hand, right? And how much of tax that you pay on a monthly basis?
Correct.
How much of EMI that I pay? What is my overall monthly commitment?
Amazing.
So initial few discussion, they went through some kind of a shock. They always have this in mind. When things go easy, things come to them easily, they think that fine, my parents are rich or whatever.
Correct.
Right? That's not the point. The point is they should know from where this is coming.
Yeah.
And what is the commitment. So I definitely, not knowing how it will help me later, right?
Correct.
I started giving them gyan about my own situation, my own position. And suddenly I could see that, they are kind of respecting my position, respecting the situation that I am in. Whenever I went through distress in terms of money high lows, so they could understand my situation.
Wow.
Right? So it helped me in a way.
So it has a positive factor.
I always believe that as a parent, you should tell your kids what are you up to in terms of your financial management.
Correct.
They should know, where is it coming and where is it going, right? And it also gives them an edge to say that how I have treated money. It's very important for them to know how their parents treated money.
Correct.
For them to really see how it gets along. Right now, thankfully, both of them are working. They started from, one started last year and one started this year. So both of them are earning now.
Amazing.
They've started to work, and so at least they clearly now know, how much of it they should start saving, and
true.
from there onwards they should pick up for their
Exactly. Their
commitments
futures,
and
their
all of
commitments.
those,
Amazing.
right?
So transparency, you believe that it is important to have with your children. It should not be like पुराने ज़माने की तरह कि मत बताओ, मत share करो. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए.
No, I don't believe in that, because earlier
Hmm.
you had a godfather who used to take care of the
Yeah.
entire family, and I don't have to worry about it. And I think we came, of course, my father used to. I think one good thing I learned, value I picked up, was my father also used to tell us about his struggle, about his money, where we are, and all of those. So that way, I think it helped me. That value helped me pass it on to my kids as well. So yeah.
Wow. So assuming like, so if you're meeting your Milati ma'am, for example, आप जब 17 years के थे, let's say you're meeting your inner child. So what one advice would you give her now?
I think the child in you should never die down, right? I always
100%,
feel that
100%, yeah.
have that connect with your inner child, especially, that kind of a commitment to say, I can do anything. I don't have to think twice about doing things, dreaming big things, right? I think that is all is good. Should not let that die down, and continue to have that connect, so that it'll build. It'll really help you build your dream life.
Exactly.
So,
So any one advice that if you get an opportunity to meet your 17-year-old, same year, like whenever you are 17-year-old, और एक advice अगर आपको उनको देना रहे,
see, one thing I would say is don't let yourself down. Never ever. All right. Situation may come and go, but be what you are.
super amazing. Now almost, so we are coming at the end of the podcast, जहाँ पे मैं कुछ ऐसी चीज़ें पूछता हूँ that should, because जो लोग last तक रुकते थे, there are very few kind of people used to watch. So my AVD is 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay.
It's a high. It's very high compared to market standards, correct? But फिर भी there are 20% people जो last तक रुकते हैं, and people who are willing to stay till the end, they should get such a learning that it should be unforgettable. So the main question that comes to me at the last 2-3 questions that is very important. What is that one financial mistake you have done in your life that might be a regret to you today as well? मतलब आज भी आपको एक regret होता है, ये नहीं करना चाहिए था मेरे को यार, ये अब गलती से हो गया. Any one thing?
It's a lot of it, I would say.
Achha.
Not one. I still feel a couple of decisions that I did in terms of buying few plots, right? 1 or 2 and stuff like that. Maybe I could have invested in a better place. One thought that I always have that in mind. And
so did it cost you any money? That investment?
More than money, I would say that it didn't give me the yield that I expected of.
Okay. So
right?
profit
Which
will
is
also
as good
basically.
as
Okay.
it's as good as not having
any.
waiting for it, but not having. But of course, while some I told you, right, I didn't even expect that in 6 months it got doubled. So
yeah. So
it's all
break even
sometimes you think that is it a gambling or what? But I think it's a thoughtful decision.
Yeah.
It's not about gambling. It's a thoughtful decision. And one other thing that while many others who known me, I feel like I don't know why do you spend so much and all of those, right? When I spend, I don't care about it. I don't look back. While yes, maybe if I'd looked back, I could have done better. I don't know, but I still don't look back. Spend कर लिया तो हो गया चलो. अब I'm not looking back, because many times I've told people also, if I look back maybe I'll hang myself, so I don't want to do it.
so following to this question, what is that one expensive thing you have like purchased or spent? कोई एक ऐसा expensive purchase भी हो सकता है, or maybe vacation, any one thing that you have spent the most expensive thing in your lifetime?
There's a lot. Like the car that I have bought, a few cars, it never stayed with me. So buy sell करके I've done many.
Okay.
So yeah, I think the expensive was car only for me.
Car. And what was the amount?
I think the last that I sold was Nexon, which now is 18 lakhs or 19 lakhs. But when I bought it was the launch offer of 11 11.49. It's very similar to Sierra that is there. Right?
Yeah.
I think it was around that only, 11 or 12.
So you're fond of cars. You love cars.
Sort of, yes.
Amazing.
But not to that extent also that I would want to hook onto it. I sell it also.
So one learning for me from this podcast is to be detached from you. So you're not attached to your home. That is also a great part. You are renting. So now I'm staying with my parents, but I have planned very properly in my mind that whenever I stay with my own, I'll rent the property. I'll not buy. And secondly, even you are selling cars also. So even I am fond of cars, but I've never sold any one of them.
They're not that frequent also. I thought maybe now I'm in a position that I can buy a better car, maybe perhaps from a normal car to a sedan, things like that. So I've upgraded myself. So
I've been using same car from 13 years. And the reason I'm not selling that because this is my first car. I should not sell. I'm keep on adding 1 or 2 cars more, but I've not sold that one car. So I think I will sell my car after this podcast. So amazing. So now one last part. If one advice with respect to building your financial independence, one powerful advice if you want to give to someone, which will stay in their mind and heart till the end of their life, what would be that one advice you would like to give?
Change the way you're looking at your finances today.
Okay. And like how?
See, whatever you're doing, you're spending, you're saving, you're investing, change it. Because if you're practicing for a minute also some age-old practices, it's not going to take you anywhere. You need to change with the time, right? You need to invest in with newer aspects.
True.
I think now the traditional trading may not fetch you a lot more. You have a newer way of trading, right? So learn some of those aspects. It's not, see, when I say trading, I'm not really hooking on to trading.
Yeah.
Right? There are many other ways that you can look at. But it's always good to become aware of what you're doing today. That's a first step. And then see what you can change. Even out of 10 things that you are doing, if you are able to do top 3 and change, that's it.
That's an amazing piece of advice. Because I feel people are not willing to change. They don't want to go.
See, that's the problem, right? People don't want to change.
Yeah.
But they expect change to happen. कैसे होगा?
100%.
Right? Even when seasons happen, right? Winter, summer. Season बदलेगा तभी तो you feel hot or cold, no?
Yeah.
Nature also is telling you the same thing. So you need to change. And adopt things that can fetch you financial freedom. And don't hook onto it.
And don't get attached.
Don't get attached. Don't hook onto, अरे मैंने अब बदला तो मैं अब इसको कभी नहीं बदलूंगी. नहीं होगा.
Right.
बदलना ही है. I mean, change is the only way you can grow.
Exactly. Change is the only... Change is the only constant thing.
Correct. Change is the only constant thing.
That will be...
Change is the only way you can grow. Or you want to degrow yourself to grow further faster, then you need to review back and change.
Exactly. Thank you so much, ma'am. That was a wonderful conversation with you. I've learned many things.
Thank
I'm
you.
very sure that like all the viewers have took wonderful notes, and I would definitely invite you again for the podcast, but with the different topics. So there is a target to it. If like अगर 500 comments आ रहे, 500 comments आ रहे नीचे, मैं मैम को वापस पकड़ूंगा बैंगलोर में और हम एक पॉडकास्ट करेंगे on salary growth. Only on salary growth. So this podcast will completely with the focus of financial independence.
Got it.
I will discover your whole 30 years journey.
Sure.
So if above 500 comments are coming, I'll invite Mithali ma'am again and we'll discover how you reach from 750 rupees to almost a double-digit high-paying salary.
Sure.
So thank you so much, ma'am, for coming in, and it was a great conversation.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.